All right, everybody, welcome back to another Brews and Breakdown. We're going to do a body cam review for you guys today. This is an awesome involved shooting that occurred, and there's some learning lessons that we can break down from it, so we'll go through and watch it. We do want to give a big shout out and a thank you to 1097 Apparel. Go check out their website, 1097apparel.com. Law enforcement owned, veteran, makes fantastic coffee, clothing, apparel, hats, you name it. Go check them out.
Should we 1097 this and get going?
Let's do it.
Crack some beers?
That's
how you
How does that work? 1097.
Is that how
Should
you
we
say
all
it?
seen this?
I'm on 1097 right now. Let's go.
All right. Cheers, boys. Let's kick this video off.
Copy, please.
I just did. I already got it. Hey, what's going on, man?
Back.
Let me see your hands, bro.
I got one right here in my hand. Get back.
Get back, bro. Let me see your
I'll
fucking
shoot
hands.
myself. I ain't gonna shoot
Dude, bro. One at gunpoint. He's got a gun to his head. Stop, bro.
No.
Stop. Put your fucking gun down, man. Put the gun down, bro. Put the gun down, man. Put the gun down!
Put it down! I'll shoot myself.
Stop. Dude, what's your name, bro? Talk to me. What's your name? Talk to me, bro. What's your name? What's your name? Hey, talk to me, bro. Just talk to me, man. Just talk to me, okay? Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired. Let me see your hand. Drop it. Drop it. 319, guns down, guns down. Get him out, get him out. Get on the ground, bro.
I'm down. I'm down. I'm bleeding
Get on the
bad,
ground, man.
I'm bleeding bad. I'm bleeding bad.
Okay.
Oh, I'm bleeding bad. I'm bleeding bad. I'm bleeding bad.
If you haven't already, shots fired. Go to get EMS en route. I need supervisors.
Oh, I'm dying, man.
Okay, go get your trauma bag. Where you hit, bro? Is anybody hit? Check yourself. Physically check. Okay, go physically go check him and go check go check. Where are you hit, man?
In my wrist, man. Look at it.
Where you hit, bro?
In my wrist.
Okay, just your wrist?
Yes, sir. I'm dying.
Before we get into this, these cops are looking for this guy who's involved in a potential kidnapping of his ex-girlfriend. They know he's armed with a handgun. She tells cops that he pointed a gun at her. She was able to get free from him unharmed, calls the police, and that's how this whole, I guess, quasi-manhunt for this guy starts. So they're looking for him. Charges are going to be kidnapping, and they know he's armed.
You're 2 feet from this and you can't even see in the car.
Well, so in the beginning, they walk up to the car. Obviously, I don't know how they got wind that the car was there. That part is unclear. But if I'm looking for a guy that's potentially armed with a gun, like I don't even care what the crime is, but especially someone that kidnapped somebody and pointed the firearm at him, I'm not personally I'm not just gonna casually walk up to a car like that. I don't feel comfortable with that. I'm using the patrol car as cover and doing a felony car stop, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely felony car stop at least.
You're not walking 3 cops up to this. That's suicide.
Let's keep watching and then we'll keep breaking it. We'll go through it.
Back.
Let me see your hands, bro.
I got one right here in my hand. Get back.
Get back, bro. Let me see your fucking hands.
So yeah, I think you have a problem with that.
Okay. So the guy's got a gun to his head. I don't know. He was kind of in the way there. I don't think he necessarily. He might have not had the gun to his head right when they opened the door.
I don't know.
If he had it to his head already, I'm probably just and yelling gun, 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 and
You're back.
just,
out.
it's an avalanche or whatever you guys want to call it. Get out, get cover, and then we'll figure it out from there. Because he is in a car, he's in the back seat, so got to do something to get to the driver's seat.
Yeah.
So we know it's somewhat contained. And another reason why I want a vehicle there as a patrol car is I would put the patrol car bumper to bumper. I'd stop his car from going anywhere.
Yeah, no, so that he wouldn't be able to back out if he was in the driver's seat.
Ideally 2, obviously. It looks like there's 3 officers there, so I'm guessing that's at least 2 patrol cars.
Yeah. And what's weird too is I want to know the type of training or what this person experienced, this officer has, because he has a tack light on his gun, but he also is holding a flashlight in his left hand, and it's not dark outside. Like I'm confused at what he's doing.
I don't know. It seemed to me like the two other cops that were there didn't have their guns out even. So
No.
this is why
Well,
I'm
because
confused.
he didn't yell gun, 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 or unless I missed it. Obviously, it took him too much time. If the door opens and the gun's to his head, then it's immediately, right? Like
Back
the
out,
first thing I'm looking for when I go into this car, I open the car, which I probably won't up anyway. But what's absent that, say I open the door, is where's the hands? Because the hands, right?
Yeah.
That's what I care about. And once I see the hands and if I don't see one hand, then I'm like, oh fuck. And then the other hand's got a gun in it.
Yeah.
Obviously we have another oh fuck, right?
Yeah, all bad.
Yeah, and that's if it's not to his head, I'm probably falling back, I'm shooting.
Yeah, so look, I don't think those cops had their guns out, and probably until this happened. It didn't look like they did. It took him to realize a little bit to realize that he has a gun in his hand.
I think that the most important thing that you need to realize in a situation like this that can help any officer in this situation is that time is on your side.
Yeah.
There's no rush on this, on anything.
No.
If it takes 2 days, it takes 2 days, whatever it is. The officer is dictating the timeline on this a little bit too much.
Dude, bro. One at gunpoint. He's got a gun to his head. Stop, bro. Stop. Put your fucking gun down, man. Put the gun down, bro. Put the gun down, man. Put the gun down.
Okay, so freeze it real quick. So go ahead.
So for me, if I'm in this situation and I have no cover, that guy's little movement like that,
Cool.
I already did bad, right? At this point. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what he's thinking. Like I don't want to, and generally I think most people don't want to shoot people. So
No.
they're gonna give every opportunity, but that's a bad spot, especially with that even that little movement's like, oh shit, he's gonna point the gun at me.
Yeah, and I look at this like, okay, he sees him. I'm hoping he's going to back up and there's some type of cover, but there's no cover around him. So to me, at this point, you're almost making it harder for your target if you have to shoot because he's further away. Like maybe move around the back of the car. Either way, it's not good. And you're standing there. And I don't like how he's just repeating the same thing over and over. Even though, I mean, in the moment, it's easy to look back at this, but that's the whole point of this is to learn from it.
Yeah, I mean these are obviously very easy to go back. We can Monday morning quarterback this stuff, but the point is a lot of this comes down to training and setting yourself up for success so that if you get involved in something like this, your body reacts appropriately. You can obviously tell that he's stressed out in the moment right now because his voice goes from show me your, put the gun down, show me your hands. And then all of a sudden he's just like, show me your fucking hand. Like he's just very elevated.
Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
Like
He does,
he
yeah.
does lower his voice. Like he gets like stern and then he calms down.
Yeah.
But I also don't like your life is at 100% danger right now, and you're taking time and concentration to get on the radio when you have 2 additional officers there.
Yeah.
Like your whole focus should be this person.
I think in a perfect world, his partners should have got on the radio, and he's solely focused on the target right there. But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you're indoctrinated from like day one in the academy to get on the radio, put stuff out. It's just I think as you progress in your career, you have to understand that there's a time and a place to get on the radio, and sometimes cops get on the radio probably a little bit too prematurely, or I've seen cops get on the radio personally during a gunfight, and that's not the time to get on the radio. So
Yeah.
that just comes down to training and training yourself up. But let's keep going.
Stop! Dude, what's your name, bro? Talk to me. What's your name? Talk to me, bro.
He's trying to communicate with him, like he's trying to.
Yeah, so I mean, so he goes up and now he's going into negotiation
Yeah.
thing, which isn't bad.
No.
And I think he's doing a good job of it.
Yeah.
Again, there's a time and a place, and the place is not when you're standing in front of a guy with a gun.
And I think you're also he's got no cover again. He's standing in the middle of a parking lot. He's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the officer safety. You got to be like, okay, hey, eyes on this guy. Like, can I get a car here? I need to get cars here. I need to get this. This guy's got a gun to his head. I need some cover. I need this.
Like tack.
And maybe it's like, screw it. I'm getting way the heck out of there.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like there's a tree maybe across the street. I'm gonna go for that tree.
I think tactically this is really bad, but it shows his self-control where he recognized it, elevated, got real aggressive, recognized it wasn't working, and then he's calming back down. Not the location to do it, but like self-control. I think he's pretty good with that.
Yeah, and you can only imagine what's going through his head, right? Like you go from a stale scenario to, you're basically going from like 0 to 100 like that. So I mean, that's all explainable.
I mean, some of this is so the tactics and the officer safety is kind of to where it's very bad right now, to the point where I almost think if they didn't have the intel of the gun and the kidnapping and all that, it's actually not.
It's explainable.
This is somewhat explainable.
Well, yeah, but at this point,
Up until the point he pulls the gun.
where he pulls the gun and
Yeah.
but I mean, like no vehicle there because you want to get him surprised. Obviously, everyone sees a patrol car, but
Yeah.
approach from the front, he probably saw you anyway. I mean, there's some things there, but or they were parked around the other side. It's where the intel was, and someone said, "Oh yeah, no, that car's over here."
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things we don't know, and I don't want to sit here and say,
yeah,
he did horrible.
So let's keep going.
Yeah.
Hey, talk to me, bro. Just talk to me, man. Just talk to me, okay?
Not really helping that another officer's yelling out.
Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired. Let me see
I look at this. The guy, he has no cover. The guy reaches, shuts the door. Obviously, he perceives a threat or a deadly force situation. And he went from being about 6 feet from him, and now he's 3 parking stalls, so 12, 24, 36, close to 40 feet away. I think, tactically it's bad. Your advantage is just gotten much more difficult because he keeps backing away.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
No, I think where the confusion starts is when why choose to shoot when he shuts the door like that, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh, well, that, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like he saw something, in the moment. Obviously he's there in the moment. His adrenaline is way jacked up. He's stressed out. His heart rate's spiked. I don't know. I mean, we can watch the video and go, yeah, he never pointed the gun at him, but I don't know what he's thinking. I just think he did put himself in a bad spot. Yeah. All his rounds are hitting pretty far left to the.
Well, yes and no. I mean, he was back there, so that's kind of the path towards him.
I think there's 2 shooters, one in the back.
There's 2, yeah. 2 officers are shooting.
I think initially some go through the side window.
Yeah.
And I also want to know, okay, well, we have one officer who shot or saw something. What did the other officer see or hear?
Yeah.
Is it sympathetic fire? Because that's
a whole nother
okay.
issue. That's not okay.
Sympathetic fire is not okay. But like the guy went to go close the door, and maybe he saw the movement there. So I don't know.
He could have.
The fact is he's in a bad spot. So maybe that escalated the need, or it definitely put him in a spot where use of force is more likely and more explainable. But not even explainable is not the right word, because it's get to that cover, and this is a non-issue.
Yeah.
But he also, this moving around here,
He does get off the X. We'll give him that.
He gets off the X, but if he's still in a lethal situation, again, now I don't see the guy. I don't think he can really see the guy.
No, there's no way he can see
So
him. Right?
gun's still on the guy. His backdrop now is cars and a whole parking lot, where he did have that brick building that I didn't see any windows on behind it. There were cars there. I like the other backdrop better, personally.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You do bring up getting off the X, and I think that is good. But you talk about tactics, and I think what you could take away from this is that he needs to be shifting left, not to the right.
Yeah.
Because if you're sitting in a car, it's easier to shoot where he's moving versus shooting behind you. So in a situation like this, you should be moving to the back of the car.
100%. So what you're saying is he put himself more directly in line with the line of fire versus had he gone to the back of the car.
Yeah.
He's going to make it that much more hard. If the suspect starts shooting, he's going to have to somehow shoot out versus just straight forward, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Like he almost like lines himself straight up for just a straight up head on gunfight.
And he had C-pillar
Yeah.
/ concealment.
Yeah. Which is better than nothing.
It's a little bit of cover, but more.
It's better than this.
Yeah,
It's better than what we're seeing right here. So, all right, let's keep it going.
Drop it! Drop it!
don't know why you're
319,
approaching.
guns down, guns down.
Again, yeah, there's no reason to approach.
Get him out, get him out.
Gun out of the window.
Get on the ground, bro.
Look at where the bullets are. The rounds have hit.
I'm bleeding
Get on the
bad,
ground, man.
I'm bleeding bad. I'm bleeding bad.
Okay.
Oh,
Clear that car.
Oh, she gets
I'm
thrown.
bleeding
She gets
bad.
thrown.
I'm bleeding bad.
Oh, someone kicked it.
Oh, he hucked it out the
I'm bleeding
window.
bad.
But then they took him down right
You haven't
outside
already?
of
Shots
that
fired.
car.
Go to get EMS en route. I need some.
My they're gonna take him down right on top of this guy.
Yeah.
So freeze it real quick while they're
Okay, go
taking
get your
so,
That's basically the gist of it here, but
What I see on this is you talk about tactics and being safe. You just perceived a deadly threat encounter. You've gotten a shooting. You can't see in the car, and then you approach it, and then you're telling them to drop the gun, and the dude drops the gun out. Okay, threat is gone, but you don't know what other weapons he has, or if there's something else going on in the car. You open it, and then you pull the guy out, and then you throw him on the ground right where he dropped the gun. And luckily, we saw somebody kick it away, so I think that's good. And I don't know where he's been hit or not. It's my thought. I don't know what the one is on this. It could be kidnapping and stuff. The handcuffing, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's always debates if you need to handcuff or not, because he could be severely injured. You're going to have to provide medical care. I don't have a real answer on that. But
So in this particular case, he got winged in the wrist, I think. And so, yeah, he hasn't been searched. I don't have a problem with cuffing this guy. I agree. Like, and again, this is my opinion, is depending on the severity and what's going on, like that I don't think there's never a never, and there's like never and always, right?
Yeah.
In our career. So whatever. But going back to him approaching the car, like I can't think of a reason why that needed to happen. You know, shots are fired. He's armed. He did throw the gun out the window. I think you had mentioned it. You don't know how many guns are in that car. You don't know. You can't see him. He's laying down in the seat. Again, at that point, I say you just freeze everything. It's now a potential barricade. You can ask him to come out of the car, and he may come out of the car on his own. But if he doesn't, again, you may be getting armored vehicles out there, whatever you need to do to render it more safe. But I don't see a need to just immediately rush up to the car.
right.
And I want to say this. One thing I notice that happens a lot in officer-involved shootings, and I try to break people of this habit, is just because shots are fired, or let's say you shoot somebody, doesn't mean you immediately have to just go run up to the threat. You know, you still have to apply tactics. And yeah, we are going to render aid and we're going to do all those things. But you don't have to do it unsafe, you know? So if that means even grabbing a shield, if they have one available to you, or even a patrol car, driving the patrol car up to that car and using the car as cover, there are things you can do to make a tactful approach on somebody that you have just been involved in a shooting with that you know is armed. So I do see it a lot. I don't know about you guys, where cops shoot and it's an immediate approach. I think it's dangerous. You guys at your agency had a scenario, I think last year, right, where it was a shooting. Guy jumps out of a car in a traffic stop, shoots at officers. Officers shoot back. He goes down. They go to approach, and lo and behold, he's basically playing possum and shoots at him again as they went running up to him, right? So that's a classic example of like why you wouldn't do that.
I think one other thing, just in general, not specific to this video, but in general with radio traffic, is at the beginning, as soon as they got in the shooting, this or in officer put out shots fired, shots fired, shots fired numerous times on the radio, and that was it. Again, we're seeing it here. 45 seconds have gone by, they're on the ground, and he's saying, if not already, like shots fired, get EMS en route. And to me, I think that's where the importance of training and discussion and really having a solid mind and having scenarios run through your mind constantly is, what is the consequence of saying shots fired on the radio? And you follow up with nothing. In this case, you have 3 officers there. This guy is on the ground, controlled. No one's at threat at this point. You should be saying, or someone should be saying and updating exactly what happened. Like, suspects on the ground, no one's injured, there's no threat, like reduce code, something, and let the responding officers know that nothing else is going on. Because there's large agencies that monitor. If you work at a small agency, multiple outside agencies monitor or share channels, and everyone is driving to this location super fast and risking them and the public's life for someone that's yelling shots fired. And the situation's already done.
We've all been on officer-involved shootings. I mean, we've been in shootings. Like we all three know that. Like, what when you put that out over the radio, how many cops are you gonna get there?
Everybody.
I mean, in a matter of minutes, you're gonna have 50 to 100 cops if you needed it. No
Probably.
problem.
And that's our area.
And that's our
obviously.
area.
I mean,
100%.
You're getting 3 agencies here at minimum.
So
Yeah.
Probably
radio
Probably
traffic.
Or
Six,
it's going
eight.
out to others.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
and they're gonna be like, maybe that's kind of far, but
Yeah,
it's going out to everyone in the area.
It is important that if you're gonna put that out over the radio, shots fired. Like in this scenario, I think following it up with, hey, shots fired, suspects down. You know, we're detaining him.
Yeah.
You know,
I also want to say that I noticed that he asked for a supervisor.
who did?
The officer, shots
the cop
fired.
did.
I need EMS and I need a supervisor. I think.
Yeah, the supervisor's coming,
I
buddy.
would hope that the supervisor's hearing this and going,
He's en route.
Okay.
His head is spinning while he's en route. Like
Yeah.
he's stressed out too. He's not even
I
there.
don't think there's, and I don't know, maybe you're at an agency where there is no supervisor on duty. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's
that
There
could
are,
be it.
yeah, for sure.
So I don't want to say, but I can say for larger agencies where there's always a supervisor on duty, or medium to
They're
small,
coming.
medium, large, whatever.
But also, is that necessary this second?
No, it's not. It's not.
I just think.
That's that OODA loop, you know,
Yeah,
like guys
yeah.
get caught up in it and you got to break it.
Well, it's because you were
just
trained.
training.
You were trained. Like, get on the radio, and what do you need when you're in officer involved shooting? I need EMS, I need supervisor, and I need other responding officers.
You need a lot of
right?
shit.
Yeah.
Right, or notify detectives, notify my union, whatever.
Go ahead and get me an attorney started. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is. But that's all being done anyway.
Oh yeah.
And I think that dispatchers do a great job, and they know and if you're a dispatcher and you don't have this, they probably have a checklist that goes, okay, officer involved shooting,
Yeah. They
boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom, and they're gonna do whatever it takes, and they're gonna do it.
their protocols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
dispatcher that's watching this is probably thinking, yeah, I've already done that.
Yeah,
I've already
like,
notified.
duh.
They're already en route. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to tell me. But maybe that's the communication between your department
I
and
think
dispatchers.
he's reverting back to as if he was involved in like a use of force, and you would
And
say
whatever,
somebody's-
and that's fine.
It's
And
just
I'm
stress.
not gonna fault him for any of this stuff.
No.
This is all actually from the shooting, after the shooting on is all. Okay.
The ultimate goal is to make things as safe as possible, not only for just us, but also for who we're dealing with, suspects, all of that stuff. It's for everyone's safety. It's not, not just ours. Hey, at the end of the day, the suspect survives. He did get arrested and charged with kidnapping of his girlfriend. The officers were okay. Nobody got hurt or injured,
Badly hurt.
other than the suspect. They winged him on the wrist. You mentioned it, the amount of shots that were fired and how many actually hit the target. That could be very problematic, especially in an open public setting like that. So again, shooting under stress, going to the range, not just shooting stagnant, getting off the X, which he did. Those are all things that that's why we do it, is for that reason right there, right? You don't know when that scenario is going to happen in your career. It could happen today, tomorrow, 10 years, 20 years from now. You don't know. You got to be prepared for it. So a lot of tactical considerations could be learned from that video.
I think the biggest thing is no
Slow
matter
down.
what, time is on your side.
Yeah.
It's your time. It's not suspect time. It's not anything. And lo and behold, say you ran around the corner and got cover on this, and this guy got in the car and took off. I mean, you do have an issue there, right? I don't think it's any worse than this issue.
Yeah,
And I don't think it's any worse than putting yourself in front of a guy who has a gun that's probably loaded. Those are all bad situations. Yeah, I want to protect the public. Yeah, I want to protect everybody. I want to protect myself first, because I can't protect the public if I'm hurt.
Yeah, no, good point.
So and there's hopefully there's other officers coming at this point. So get out, go find that cover, and if it means that this guy moves to the front of the car and drives away, then we'll
Deal with
address that when we get there.
I think it was a good breakdown. I think the video was very interesting, a lot to learn on it. Overall, I think the tactics were not good. I liked he had good self-control. He at least said some stuff on the radio to get additional resources. I don't think the timing was right. I think there was a lot to learn on that. Good breakdown.
Yep, it's all about training. Training under stress inoculation training, all those things to help you get through situations like that. So hope you guys like the breakdown. We'll catch you on the next one, and check it out. Be safe, be smart, and peace, boys. Peace. Cheers. Later.